Well, once again, Call of Duty has done the unthinkable. They've made it difficult to cheat. Of course, they've made it difficult to keep playing because they keep banning you. Don't know what I'm talking about it? Well, let us tell you on That Game Plays.
We've never talked about COD in any specific way here, but I find this fascinating. Out of Insider Gaming by Tom Henderson, exploit reveals Ricochet anti-cheat has falsely banned thousands of players. Look at this guy right here. He's just staring at him like, what did you just say? A Call of Duty exploit has surfaced online revealing that the Ricochet anti-cheat has falsely banned thousands of players. How the exploit works was uploaded by X, formerly Twitter user Zeblir Poe or Zeblir, I don't know how to pronounce that, which revealed how Ricochet anti-cheat was being abused by people who wanted to get others banned. The TLDR is that the words triggerbot sent to users as messages or even as part of an online ID in a friend request will activate Ricochet and ban innocent players.
I love it. I love it. Leave it to gamers to find some way to be like, hey, go get him.
I mean, seriously. I'm reminded back in the AOL Instant Messenger days of everyone was looking for something called a punter that you could send somebody a wall of text and it would automatically push them off the service. I mean, they would just log back in. But it was a legendary exploit that if you could have a software that could kick someone offline even for just a moment. Of course, at the time,
the way you kept them off, you kept them off, Jonas, was to overload their email. So I don't want to say the word BOMB, but basically it was an email BOMB, and you just sent it, and it just sat there and sent thousands and thousands and thousands of emails over and over and over again, until their box was so full they could never get online because they couldn't process 56K modem couldn't process the fact that they had so many emails in their email address. So you had to call AOL and like figure it out with them. And they were like, oh well, you have thousands of email. Can you please delete them all and that so I can get back online? Yeah, it was a thing for a while.
It's such a fascinating thing to me, the idea of someone having this outsized amount of power over other players. It's gone are the days where someone would, especially like in the Xbox days back when nobody kept track of what should have been moderated. It's actually one of the reasons I just kind of gave up on Xbox. It wasn't that I was offended. I just got tired of hearing 12-year-olds trying to talk like what their picture of a 20-year-old was. Like, okay, you lose, what do you call people? You win, what do you call people? We're not going to say any of those words on this channel because we would immediately be demonetized for hate speech. But now I guess you have the ultimate exploit here. Apparently, Activision learned of the exploit before it was uploaded to X and announced that it had restored all accounts to a small number of legitimate player accounts. It's currently unclear how many accounts were legitimately affected. One such account was that of popular streamer Bobby Puff, who has now been unbanned, has been a punching bag of accusations and abuse for the past several weeks. I don't know who this person is. It's kind of funny not knowing. Honestly, one issue that the original poster points out is that legitimate cheaters might also be unbanned depending on how Ricochet is unbanning players. Real cheaters who were caught by these signatures will get unbanned, they said. Well, that's kind of, I mean, that's kind of why the justice system favors letting people out on a technicality if their civil rights were violated, right? You would rather make sure that you don't punish an innocent person than making sure that you punish a guilty person. Right? That's how justice works, right? One issue, Ricochet has said that it will have a new blog up later today on the road to launch progress report of its anti-cheat system. So we'll update readers later today. I just think this is hilarious. I don't play COD, so it doesn't affect me in any way. I don't know. We've never had a very active chat when we talk about COD anyway. So is this something that you think is a bad reflection on Activision, or is this just kind of okay? That's funny. Move on.
It's funny. Move on. Gamers are going to do this. Internet nerds, gamers are always going to find a way to get into the system. There was a thing called the Brubaker ID test, which was getting into an online game and finding manipulative ways to manipulate your online experience without touching a server, which means that anything that was handled computer side, basically you ghosted the program that was watching everything, looking at your own stuff, and then you could sit there and manipulate things behind the scenes, but only things that were held on your side, not on the server side. Gamers are going to do this. People are going to do this. It's happened from the very beginning, ever since we learned how to do Game Genie stuff, learned how to hack into programs, learned how to look at random access memory. You've had people that are going to find creative ways to come up with cool things to do, and they're still doing it. At least I applaud the ingenuity of whoever figured that out. So congratulations, gentlemen. You did something smart. You should be, proud of it.
I think this is a good example of AI actually should be used for stuff like this because it's observational. You need to actually be observing a game to see when someone's cheating. That's usually the easiest way. I mean, anyone that's played Halo Infinite will know right away when somebody's cheating because you go around a wall and you die, right? So it's not possible for them to shoot around a corner, yet they've done it anyway. So they're using tricks and such. So AI should be used in these games to basically observe the battleground and observe from people's point of view and see if they're cheating. That's the easiest way because as you're saying, Loki, somebody's going to figure a way around it otherwise. So the only way is observational and getting reported, but then you can dogpile on somebody that might not be cheating and just good at the game. But at the end of the day, AI should be used because it can quickly observe, say, this is not normal, this is not in the game, and here's what's going on, then ban them. So, and show evidence to the person, email them exactly what they saw. So that's the potential of AI, I would say. But in this case, you're gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater a lot of times with this kind of activity or this kind of programming, I think. So.
That's a fair point. Hey, hey, Space Dave, we actually did cover an Xbox story by accident here. What do you think about that?
Yeah, not for long. I think in a year you won't have any more Xbox stories. But,
No. Well, I think maybe Elder Scrolls, whenever that comes out, will actually have an Xbox story. I hate that it's probably going to end up being an Xbox story because that should be a multi-plat.
I honestly don't believe Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out till probably 2030 at the soonest, I believe. That's my personal opinion, but we'll see.
It's a fair point. And I skipped over a story on this today, but there is apparently a push for Elder Scrolls. Some people were trying to get stat sheets back into Elder Scrolls to try to muddy up the interface after they super simplified it. I came to Elder Scrolls with Skyrim. I was not interested in it, and then I played it, and I lost 3.5 years of my life. I woke up and I had a beard, and my toenails were 5 feet long. I don't know what happened, but I had an intimate knowledge of Skyrim. Anyways,
and you bought 4 different versions of the same game.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Elder Scrolls 6, apparently there were people who wanted to say, oh, you need to be like this Dragon Age series over here. Oh, you need to be like this one over here. Like, no. There's a reason that you pull Skyrim numbers, and it is because you did something right. So you don't want to change the things that you did right. And there needs to be just enough bugs to make it fun.
But isn't that the goal of like a lot of modern studios? You notice there's such a distance between the game now that they turn it into something completely different. They lose what it was, what made it good, whether that be Fallout or the fears that we have. This is kind of what I fear as well, like you're saying, is that this game will not be like Skyrim. It'll be something totally different that tries to be something modern when it should just don't try to fix something that's not broken. That gameplay and that storyline were excellent, and there's lots of room in that universe to expand, so why try to make something else?
Agreed.
That's the problem though, Space Dave, is okay, look at the other day I installed Red Dead Redemption 2 on my PC again. Why? Because Red Dead Redemption 1 and Undead Nightmares is coming out on the 29th of this month, and I don't want to wait. I just played Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC. That game it looks great. It runs great. It is efficient. It is optimized. Even today, by today's standards, I would put that in and go, man, this looks nice. It plays nice. There's no hitching. Oh, but Loki, it had problems when it first came out. It had some, but it wasn't out on PC yet. Now we get this finished product. This is what a decade ago almost now that this game came out, and we've got this great game that looks good. It doesn't have to look like real life images. It just has to look good. It has to look good. It has to play good. It has to have a story that pulls us in, that gets us excited. There has to be a reason to come back and play. And one of the things Bethesda did correctly for years was, I want you to come back and I want you to play me. So much so that Jonas lost almost 4 years of his life and woke up with a beard and like, where am I? Why do I know how to do kindling and make armor and leather?
I'm married with kids.
And for some reason, the restoration glitch, the restoration, what is it, cycle is stuck in my head there. Why did I put all those stats into alchemy?
Get your game on.